Muluboshim B'Tava, and Nisim that are higher than nature. And we said that the miracles that are enclosed in nature is in a certain way even a higher revelation of Elikus, because it shows that you have the level that can relate to nature while being in nature, control nature, rule over nature, and not be limited by nature at the same time. But to be able to reach that revelation of Elikus in Nisim that are enclosed in nature, to reveal how they are such a powerful level, that they are coming from such a high level in a way higher than the miracles beyond nature, it needs to be preceded by the miracles beyond nature. Once you have the miracles beyond nature, so then once you realize that Hashem has the power to completely destroy nature, so then you see that the miracles that are enclosed in nature is a further and higher way of control of nature, that in nature itself he can control the world. So now he's going to connect this with the level that the others were the level of it's sufficient. The name Shin Daled Yud, as it is sufficient with my godliness for every creation, which we said has to do with the miracles that are enclosed in nature, versus Shem Havaya was the miracles beyond nature. So we're holding again page 22, line 24, page Chavav, a few lines from the bottom of the page. So he says, according to this, we could say the Zesha of us Mshich Vagilu the Shem Shin Daled Yud. Al Shem Shaddai Belakusi L'chol Beria, the fact that the forefathers drew down the revelation of Shem Shin Daled Yud because it's sufficient in my godliness for every creation. Gil Lichada Shaloi Hoya Kaidem Gam Behelam Knis Chalel Sif Beis V'Sif Hey, which was mentioned already earlier in the Ois Beis and Ois Hey, that this was a totally new revelation that wasn't there even concealed. This revelation that the Ovis had of Dai Belakusi L'chol Beria was an introduction and a preface to the revelation of Yud Kei Vav Kei that was revealed by Matan Torah. The Yisraelim is even more so. Hamshach du Atzma, this Hamshach itself. Hamshach is Agilu de Kel Shin Daled Yud Shem Shichu Ovis. This drawing down of the revelation of Kel Shin Daled Yud that the Ovis drew down. Hamshachas Hagilu the Shem Havayim. It is the very drawing down of the revelation of Shem Yud Kei Vav Kei. How come? This is Shin Daled Yud, Nisim Muluboshim B'Tava. This is Shem Havayim, totally beyond nature. Keep it pnimius, because looking at it internally, Gama Nisim Muluboshim B'Tava, even the miracles that are enclosed in nature. The real root is from the infinite light of Hashem that's beyond any association with the worlds, which is the name of Yud Kei Vav Kei. But despite that, it needed to be hidden within Shin Daled Yud. The way the name Yud Kei Vav Kei came down during the time of Avos, before the Matan Torah, it was enclosed in the name of Kel Shin Daled Yud. Uber Matan Torah, as opposed to Matan Torah, which is the whole idea of Vaera Alavaya, Vaera Alavos Shmei Avaya and Daitilhem. But now Lachena Merlo Bnei Yisrael Ani Avaya, meaning this is all part of the process of Matan Torah, the true revelation of Shem Avaya. So this Gal, it was revealed, top of Chav Zayin, Oz at Matan Torah Shezeu Gam HaPnimius Shel Agilu the Shem Shin Daled the Agilu the Kel Shin Daled Yud Shnem Shchaydei Avos. Like we said before, the Halderach Shnizbar Le'el, similar to what we explained previously, the La'achrei Sheroyim Nisim Shalamayla Matava Mizgal Shezeu Gam HaPnimius Da Nisim L'Boshim Matava. Once you see the miracles that are beyond nature, it becomes also revealed the inner aspect of the miracles that are enclosed in nature. The same thing. Once we had the revelation of Shem Yud Kei Vav Kei by Matan Torah, then it becomes evident, it becomes revealed that even what was revealed in the name Kel Shin Dalad Yud is really the Ein Sof that's beyond nature, but the way it rules over nature. Line 5. That's what it means in the beginning of last week's parsha. I appeared to the Ovis with the name Shindal Yud, and my name Havaya I did not make known to them. I did not make myself recognized to them with my midah of truth. What does that mean? The emphasis on noidaiti and nikarti, shagam la'avis nimshach hagil d'shem havai. Even the avis also came down the revelation of Yud Kei Vav Kei. Elisha oz hoyeza behelam. Then it was concealed within the name of Kel Shindal Yud. That's why it says loy noidaiti. I did not let it be known. But loy nikarti, I did not let it be recognized, but it was still present over there. So that was all in the relationship between the higher name of Shin Dalad Yud, that it's Shaddai Belakusi L'Kol Beria, the revelation of the Ovis. What about the lower level of Shin Dalad Yud? Shamarti Loilami Dai, the Gvul, the limitation of the worlds. So here in Ois Yud, the Rebbe is going to say that in truth, we could apply it even to that earlier and lower level of Shin Dalad Yud. Ois Yud, line 10. And even more in depth, we could say, in a similar vein, it's also concerning the name of Shin Dalad Yud. That's in the creation of the world, that it's so because I said to the world enough. The kivin shakavon vatachlis shalom didavagbola da oil shamarti lo'lomidai. Since the intention and purpose of the measurement limitations of the world, that I told the world enough, through the avoid of Torah mitzvahs should come down in the boundaries of the world, the revelation of the infinite. The Shem Shindal Yud Al Shem Shaddai Belakusei L'Chol Beria. What does that mean? It should come down in the finite, the infinite. First of all, it should come down the level of Shindal Yud, the higher level, because sufficient with my godliness for every creation. And that becomes the channel and the vehicle, Vaideza Habligvul, the Shem Havaya, through that becomes revealed the infinite of Shem Yud Kei Vav Kei. So ultimately, even Shamarti Le'lamidai, even the lowest level, the Gvul of the world, is a stepping stone, and its purpose is Shem Havaya. So he says in line 18, L'chein ha'inyan the Shamarti Le'lamidai v'pnimius hu sheyiyeh b'hagvul gilui habilti balgvul. Even the idea, the lower level of Shindal Yud, that I told the world enough. What is it in its internal level? It's that should be in the limited level, should be the revelation of the infinite. Yeshleimer, we could say, the Zel should call Hashemis Heimemis. That's what it means, that all the names are truth. Not just Shem Yud Kei Vav Kei, because every name has that internally, that message, that purpose. Kinyonam shall call Hashemis, the idea of all the names. Gam, the Shem Shindal Yud Shamarti Le'lamidai. Even the name Shindal Yud, I told the world enough. The Gam, the Shem Elokim B'Gematria Teva. Even the name Elokim, that's the numerical equivalent of HaTeva, nature. That's also about the limitation of the worlds. But they're not about the limitation and stop. Its purpose is beyond limitation. It should be the revelation of the emes of Yud Kei Vav Kei. So that's why all the names are called true. The connection of Shem Shindal Yud in the creation of the world to the revelation Yud Kei Vav Kei is the intention in my saying to the world enough. It's only for the sake that should be a revelation in it, the infinite revelation. But in actuality, the idea that I told the world sufficient, that's only to limit, to conceal that which is without boundary and end. So it's the actual versus the purpose. Vashaych is a shem shindal yud is galila obvious like gil the shem avaya but the connection of the name shindal yud that was revealed to the forefathers to the revelation of Yud Kei Vav Ki is she'oz huscho bepoil gili habilti balgvul davai. There it already, by the obvious, it already began in actuality the revelation of the infinite of the Shem Yud Kei Vav Ki, but I was still not yet recognizable. It was the beginning of the process, but it was not yet revealed. So therefore, because it was not yet revealed, it's not yet on that level. This is similar to what the Rebbe many times writes about and speaks about how the Ovis began the process that would culminate with Matan Torah. Top of page Chavcher, so is Yud Aleph. The revelation of the inner idea of the miracles that are enclosed in nature, meaning that in truth, why is it becoming clothed in nature? Similar to the idea of Hashem being enclosed in the Beis HaMikdash, the way the Ramban says, not just passing through like the Rambam says. What is the purpose of becoming enclosed in nature? Because that's a true revelation of the infinite aspect of Hashem, like we said before in Oistes. That aspect to be revealed will primarily be revealed when Mashiach comes. Now that the limitation that comes from the name Shin Dalad Yud, because I told the world enough. And the infinite, which is on the other side of the spectrum from the name Havaya, Himshneim, Yonim Havchim, they're two extremes, they're two opposites. Therefore, because of that, there is room to say that the miracles that are enclosed in nature are somehow less than the miracles that are beyond nature. Therefore, there's room to say the reason why there are miracles that are enclosed in nature is you know why there's miracles that are enclosed in nature? Because limitations still have an effect. The limitation of Hashem saying enough to the world, the lower level of Shin Dal Yud, was enough to be able and strong enough to overcome and cover the infinite of Shem Yud Kei Vav Ki. There's room to say that, even though that's not true. So therefore, it's not fully revealed yet, even after we experience miracles beyond nature. There's still room to not realize that the miracles that are enclosed in nature are really of a higher nature. But when Mashiach comes, then the limitations of the world will not conceal the infinite. It'll be felt, it'll be sensed in the revelation of the miracles that are enclosed in nature. That it will be sensed that that's the true idea of the miracles that are enclosed in nature, because that's the true revelation of the infinite. The Rebbe is going to be medayik very much in the word midas, that I was not recognized to them, to the others, in my midah of truth. The revelation of the name Yud Kei Vav Ki now is the measure, the midah of truth. Midah malashim midah vagbola. Midah from the word measures and boundaries. Shabilti balgvul da'avaya mugbal be'inyan habilti balgvul. The infinite aspect of Havaya is like limited in being infinite. It cannot expand in the finite, because that's the idea of Nisim that are beyond nature. They break the rules of nature. They cannot connect with nature. But Vagili the Sheba Davai she lost it love, but the revelation of Avai that's going to be when Mashiach comes, Yelamaylam and Mida will be beyond measure. Kaniskalel Sif Aleph, like was mentioned in Nois Aleph Ki Oz, because then Gamba Gilu Gilu Habilti Balgvul, because then also in the revelation will be the infinite. Like it says in the pasuk, that the glory of Avai will become revealed. All called basar, and all flesh will see. What's the emphasis? That all flesh will see the revelation of the infinite in the finite. Shagam habasar agashmi, even the physical flesh, that gira agilu, the kvod Avaya, will see the revelation of the glory of Avaya, b'bias Mashiach Tzidkenu, b'karav mamish, in the coming of Mashiach Tzidkenu soon mamish.